Alright, so here today it looks like we actually picked up some pretty freaking big leaks over here for what's coming soon over here to GC. I will say this now that it might actually kind of confirm who your festival is. In my opinion, the way they're doing this might just make sense exactly how I've been telling you what their plan was for the year. So pretty much since Konosuba, we kind of said like, hey, the collab that it should be, if it's a new collab, Konosuba is what a lot of players were looking for. That was leading into then, hey, Goddess, okay, Goddess Aqua, probably they're going to make Tristan the unit and buff Goddesses. And now they're taking it a step forward with another thing coming soon on top of that. So I'm curious, would you pull for this, or are you forced to skip because you had one absolutely insane banner, and then obviously the end of year is there too? But this might trigger some of you. Take a look, like and subscribe it outside it's on. Here is what's leaked coming soon to the game. So pretty much shout out to the GOAT Lance over here for cooking this up. There were two sets of posts that he put out. He put out a post like regarding some of the updates on some of the things that were added to the files. So if you're curious on like what they could be going for later on, I'm pretty sure most of this stuff is added because of storyline, but it does give you an idea that maybe in the future these are still planned characters, and if they wanted to go about that way, they would sort of release them that way if it is again that plan. But we'll first talk about what's actually there. So take your bets last second. What do you think? Who is the units coming soon? If you said these two, you were correct. The next units apparently to release are going to be, yes, a festival character, not priced like a festival, but it is a festival rerun, right? Pretty much taking apparently Queen Elizabeth and putting her again. She's going to be a festival character, releasing in whatever way we don't know, right? It's some sort of way they're releasing her. Could be... Oh, is it? Yeah, isn't it Christmas time? Wait a second. All right, let me check real quick. I don't know if this is the Christmas banner, because we do expect a Christmas banner. Is it Christmas Ellie? Let me check real quick. 1 second. If we go over to our handy dandy spreadsheet, we can pretty much check it if I were to freaking open it. Let's go. You got this. Click. Thank you. There we go. The handy dandy spreadsheet will like confirm for us what this is. So at this time of the year, 2024, September. Yes. So December was... No, so last year, yeah, they did the same thing last year. Last year, what they did was they put Nauseance as the December banner. He was the 600 banner then. So they don't have to do Christmas here. So it's been weird. Grand Cross has stopped giving like damn about holidays and such. And they've been sort of like lowering or delaying or pushing or like ruining. I'm not going to say ruining. Let's not use that word. But they've been definitely like shifting around the Christmas things. Over here, you see this was Roxy of Madness, which she was the Christmas character. You remember, right? Christmas Roxy. The thing is, this year they skipped like their first ever year of giving a step-up character. So they do weird things. Like back then, it used to be a time where like Lilia, and then I think it's like a Christmas step up, which was Liz, Danforth Liz. That's like usually their case. So they kind of stopped doing that and stopped caring about Christmas per se. Like for example, Lilia and Liz, there was two Christmas characters. All of a sudden, after 2021, they kind of gave up and said like, we don't like Christmas. They became the Grinch pretty much, right? Oh, not even that. No. So they did it in 2022. Yeah. So they did it with Valenti and they did it with Liz again. So Christmas, two Christmas characters. Now, then, I mean, that means that, yeah, post 2022, they stopped doing it. That was their final year of doing that. Because Roxy released straight into Meliodas, no Christmas anything. It was just the one Christmas banner. That was the festival. Okay. Then 2024, same thing. Correct? It was Nauseous. It was just the one step up for Christmas. I crap you not. The one step up for Christmas. Nauseous wasn't Christmas. So this year, we don't know if this is Christmas, but this is very likely to be Christmas because it is Deanne being leaked, and it looks like it's leaked as a step-up character. And if it is the step-up character, that is 100% a Christmas character because like last year, Zaneri was the Christmas character. All I hope is, and I know that like this might go off as like, oh, no, I don't want this. I want Ellie to be the Christmas character. This might sound stupid. This year we were like, oh, is it summer Meliodas? And no, it was just like a random Meliodas. They put in the summertime, right? It was technically a seasonal of sorts, but it wasn't, right? It was a limited draw, yes, but he technically wasn't summer. He was just a limited character. And he released at the time where we're like, oh, probably Demon King's Eldris. It was going to be like maybe, instead of Summer Gelda, we thought like Melly was going to be summer. No, they just chucked him out like that. I hope that they take her to be the Christmas character, but with how GC is done with Christmas, they're done with Christmas. They're done with Christmas, dog. So part 2 units will be a festival level Queen Elizabeth, obviously tying it to Tristan. That's what they did over here. So you had Tristan, you had Aqua, you had Ellie. This year has been like this. It's been very evil when it comes to dropping teams. Because when they drop a team, they dropped like Skuld, and then they dropped Loki a little bit after, and they worked very well together. Then they dropped earlier on Demon King into Melly, and they worked very well together. Earlier on than that, they also dropped Sariel and then Mael, and then they also at one point dropped Soul Leveling alongside a human unit that had dropped, which was like Elar Brunhild, and then after that, another human unit, right? So it's been like that all year. They've been just, you know, back to back buffing the meta. So I'm guessing Ellie is going to work pretty well with, Tristan. And I'm going to take it a step further to say, like, if the end of year is Tristan Ellie banner, Deanne banner, I wouldn't be shocked that it confirms that your final banner of the year, because Tristan was the character who would make sense to be end of year. But he's not. He was November. That means that, like, this should solidify the point and, like, 99% confirm. That's Meliodas coming out at the end of the year, right? If you were, like, coping, because it comes every year, everyone's like, oh, but, we're done with Meliodas this year. We got, like, King Melly and, Melly and Ellie dual unit. We got that. It cannot be another Meliodas. But it can. they gotta get their tax right off of the year. They gotta get their, oh my god, big nuke unit of the year to make sure the revenue shows investors they're not a failing company. So Meliodas makes a lot of sense here, especially after this leak over here. I think it kind of confirms that's what they're going to go for. So pretty much basing it off of this Ellie, that's the image that was shown there. I'm pretty sure he didn't say that it wasn't these ones, because technically speaking, right, we do have two light Ellies, but the image that he did use was this light Ellie, so I think that it's going to be off of this one, which would make sense to pick the newer one. Merlin, they did LR for the old Merlin, but they picked a new Merlin when they did like that extra festival one for like that one summer Merlin that we got. So this makes sense, right? But pretty much if he's showing that image, I guess that's there. So Queen Elizabeth would be the unit. Now there was a light Queen Elizabeth. They'll probably make it something red, blue, green, because they took Dark Hell, which was again a dark unit. They made that unit green hell, correct? So Queen Elizabeth, that they're gonna take the light, remove it, I'm guessing, and put it toward, or maybe they just keep the light, who knows? But they might move it towards something red, blue, green, and it's gonna be off of this. So I don't think that's a problem. I genuinely am excited for that. So getting a Queen Ellie is to boost their revenue before someone complains. They're gonna boost their revenue, dude. They have to do that. So I'll take that for something. And then Deanne would be Deanne Ragnarok, I guess, or no? Because there's two Deannes in the game. There's this Deanne, right? The summer Deanne. Pretty much. Yeah, they're probably gonna go for this Deanne, obviously, right? No, there's so summer Deanne and blue Deanne. Wait, no, green Deanne, red Deanne, Ragnarok Deanne is this Deanne. Okay, they're now probably going to do blue Deanne from Ragnarok. I'm guessing that's the goal here. He clearly said small Deanne, so that makes sense now. They'll probably, because there's already a green and a red version, they'll do blue Deanne too. So they'll be Ragnarok, blue Deanne. That could mean something. Could be something good. Could be something for Giants. The step ups this year, some of them are good. You can't say that. So some, okay. So with that being said, you could see a cool Chris's character. I think Zenari was last year, and she was used for some stuff. So you can't say that she was like a horrible mid character. The year back then, you had Danafor Liz's, and there were two good ones. Like they literally are used still in PvE content, so we can't really say they're bad, but not like a PvP carry or anything like that, right? Just good in PvE. Both of those Danafor Liz's was, and Zenari was used here and there. So we'll see. Yeah, some sort of Goddess Ellie and some sort of Deanne. Sort of off of Tristan into Ellie. It makes sense that it's Melly end of year, and that should be a big month for them. That's triple sins. Remember, they've gone this year a lot of times not releasing sins, so triple sins at the end of the year would be very crazy. Take care, have fun. Let me know what you think down below. I'm curious, are you pulling or skipping? Most of you are skipping. You don't have the funds for this at all. Oh my god, we're so cooked. All right, take care.